Basically, I came over first and someone introduced me to a gym shop, an agency, and I signed with them and started auditioning. 皆さん、こんにちは。Hi everybody, welcome back to Jessica TV. How is everybody going today? 皆さんお元気ですか？なかなか動画上げてないのでごめんなさい。So I'm really sorry I haven't been able to post many videos lately. My life has got in the way of everything at the moment. And of course I always have time for Kudo, as you know, if you're watching my Instagram. I'm always posting about it, but I'm trying to take a little bit more time for myself. Things like going to the hairdresser. I haven't been in 10 years, and the other day I went and now my hair is like really nice. And things like spending time with friends, and now that Corona is starting to settle down a little bit in Japan, like going out to have a drink with friends and that kind of thing. So I'm kind of like juggling different things at the moment, but I'll try to post a video once a month if I can. So 皆さんそうですね、いろいろバタバタしてまして、もちろん弓引く時間に優先してますので、動画なかなか上げていない。So today I want to talk about getting into 芸能界 and getting into TV in Japan. So I had a request. So 今日の動画はね、日本の芸能界、日本のテレビ業界に入りたいっていう方からリクエストがありました。So I had a request actually from a woman who is from New Zealand. She wrote me a comment, so thank you so much. Just to say like, how did you do it? How did it work out? And this kind of thing. And I realized actually I've never really talked about it. So I've been working in the sort of the media related field, TV, radio, this kind of thing, magazines, for probably about 16 or 17 years. And yeah, so I'll tell you about the way that it worked out for me. 芸能界というかテレビ、メインがテレビかな、16年でだいぶこう細長い感じで芸能活動を続けてます。So I've just been, it's pretty low key, my the different things that I do in Japan on Japanese TV. Where it started was a friend introduced me. This is before obviously the days of Facebook and SNS and this kind of thing, but we met online and they took me to my talent agency that I belong to now, that I've belonged to for 16 years, and I registered. So at the time, you know, I couldn't speak Japanese and I had no idea, like the agency was in Roppongi and I lived in Itabashi, so I had no idea how to get to Roppongi and I couldn't speak Japanese, and so they helped me along the way and took me there and introduced me to the managers there, and I registered and that kind of thing. 当時16年ぐらい前はもうあんまり日本語が話せなくて、そういう今の所属事務所に連れてくれました。So yeah, I've been signed, and within the first 6 months or so, I got an audition for a certain TV show on Terebi Asahi that the main person was Kattori Shingo. So I don't know if you know SMAP, which is quite a big J-pop group, or used to be big J-pop group. So Kattori Shingo, his TV show was called SMAP Station, and it was live and it went on right before midnight. So we'd have to be awake in the studio. We'd go in the studio about 8 or 9 p.m. and we'd get ready and get changed, and then we'd be on live TV like right before midnight, and then we would all go home by taxi, and there were about 20 girls. So it was very like interesting and fun, and that was in the weekend. My Monday to Friday, I had a regular job. So this was a regular job that I worked, obviously, to have a work visa. So I worked my Monday to Friday job, and I had the permission of my company at the time to be able to do these other types of jobs. We call it 芸能活動。一番最初にオーディション、半年後、所属して半年後にオーディションを受けて、香取慎吾のスマステを出演が決まって、日本語が話せない生放送、すごい最初はすごく緊張してたんですけど、そこまで裏の女性20人ぐらい行って、中に香取慎吾と司会の方、女性の方が行って、あんまりもう話す機会ほとんどなかったので、 カメラの前でなれるっていう機会がとしてはとても素晴らしかったかなと思います。Right before we call it the world financial crisis or the Lehman shock, I found out I was pregnant, and so I had my first child around 2008. So at the time, I did go back to work a little bit, and it was difficult to find a place for her in hoikuen, which is childcare in Japan. And yeah, so I've just from then until now, I've been doing part-time work on and off different things. But I've always had a visa that's non-related to Geno. And that's helped me to be able to work Geno type of jobs because they go on late at night, they start early in the morning, you need to have quite a lot of free time, and they're very, how can I say, they're very infrequent and then unpredictable. So that's just one of the downsides of those kind of jobs. However, if you want to model, you don't really need to talk. Having communication skills would be very, very useful. However, being on TV and talking about a certain topic, you need to be able to speak Japanese fluently at the same level as all the other people on the TV show, at least, to be able to keep up with everything that's happening around you and to be able to speak. So until I could do this, it took a certain amount of time, and I'm still not like really, really that good, to be honest, compared to someone who's perhaps been born and raised here, someone who is of a foreign nationality. So I have always had regular jobs on TV. So I worked TBS, there was a TBS show called Seikai no Nipponjin Zuma wa Mita. So I always sat like right with Bakusho Mondai, like right next to them. And this TV show as well, we didn't really talk that much. We did talk a little bit, but it got cut. And it was a great opportunity just to be in front of the camera and to get used to the camera. And that job itself lasted about 3 years. And then I started a different job with Terebi Asahi called Nippon New or Nippon Shisatsudan. The TV show changed sort of part of the way through. And that was great. And that was my first really the job where I could speak in Japanese and I could explain about New Zealand. And I had many episodes where they used lots of different comments that I said, and that was really the time when I started to be able to talk about New Zealand. And she's the person that's on TV talking about New Zealand really kind of gained traction. So that was really awesome. And then the TV show has sort of slowly tapered out, and it's changed into an irregular kind of show. They still do it, so I'm lucky to say that I'm still on it after 5 or 6 years, which is really nice. And then the one that I'm also on at the moment is a TBS TV show called Seikai Kurabete Mitara, and that's also New Zealand, so I'm talking about New Zealand. However, just due to coronavirus, we did have like amazing amounts of people in the studio, but just due to coronavirus they went to remote. They're starting to get a few more people back, and then again the coronavirus numbers took off again, and then yeah, so it's been a lot of backwards and forwards. However, this is my regular TV show. However, I'm not always on it. This is the thing. So it's a little bit irregular. So in terms of having a regular income from Geino Katsudo, it's very difficult unless you're on TV every day or you have a weekly TV show that you can have that regular income to sort of look forward to, kind of thing. And lately, of course, my focus has become Kyudo. For about the past 5 years, I've been talking about Kyudo quite a lot, and occasionally on TV when I'm lucky. However, things like magazines and writing and this kind of thing has become quite a big focus for me. You need to be quite careful about the visa that you come over with in doing work. So a tourist visa, nobody will hire you, unfortunately, because it's illegal to work on a tourist visa. However, if you have a work visa or you're going to be married, or you need to check your work visa status if it allows work such as TV and that kind of thing. It's always good to have Japanese if you're interested in working on TV. It's always good to have Japanese even if you just want to be a model, because having those communication skills is very important, I think. Anyway, it's really an interesting job. It's very hard work. And I can talk about the reason why maybe in another video later on. But if you have any questions, just write them in the comments, and I'll try to post some links maybe to different agencies that will take foreigners or non-Japanese people. And yeah, please subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and I'll talk to you soon.